and you know that you've done it correctly. Make your way to the excavation site in Origins, and this is what you hear in the third radio.
Yes, yo, I'm on the Reese. I'm on the Reese. Everybody look at me, cause I'm pissing on a zombie. I'm on the Reese. I'm on the Reese. Take a good hard look at the motherfucking map.
Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is Greg. Okay, why does this video not have music? Okay. Nah, it's not good enough. Let's change it again. Yeah, there. Okay, that's good. Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies Top 10. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 wonder weapons in Call of Duty Zombies. This is a list compiled by you guys from last week's episode. I tallied up all the votes right here in my book, but we don't need the book because I already memorized the list. Alright, so without further ado guys, let's get into it. Oh wait, yeah, I gotta tell you guys about what next week's episode is. Next week we're going to be doing the top 10 buildable items. This is anything that can be built in Call of Duty Zombies. If you didn't know, the first buildable was actually a electric trap on 5. So we've seen buildables since then. Now there's a lot in Black Ops 2, there's a lot in Black Ops 3. So anything that can be built, it can be weapons, it can be equipment, it can be a shield, whatever you guys want. Make sure you comment down below, and that is what we're going to be doing in next week's episodes. I really hope you guys do enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's get into the top 10 wonder weapons in Call of Duty Zombies. And coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be the GKZ-45 MK3, which is known as the Raygun of Mark 3 on the right, and on the left it's the GKZ-45. If you didn't know, it's two separate weapons. The weapon on the left is going to carry 5 rounds, and what it does is shoot a yellow orb of energy, which slows down the zombies. Now the right hand side is just the Raygun Mark 3, and the interesting thing about this is it doesn't cause any splash damage, and it's fully automatic. When you combine them, it creates a black hole effect similar to the Gersh devices or the Apothecary Servant, and this is going to be a one-shot kill with this black hole effect to around 30, and then when you upgrade it, it becomes a one-hit kill with the black hole effect to around 40, and when you pack punch it, it's called the Maelstrom of Eris. Overall, this is a great weapon on Garage Krovi. I would highly recommend using it whenever you play the map. Try to hit the box as many times as you can, or use an immolation so you can cheat the system like every other Gobblegum does, because they're so overpowered in Black Ops 3. But overall, I think that this is one of the better wonder weapons, and that's why it got the number 10 spot in this week's top 10. And coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be the Flipfire from Die Rise. This is a buildable weapon made up of 4 parts, and those parts are the mannequin foot, gas canister, handbrake, wires, and discs. So those are the 4 parts, and this weapon is absolutely so strong. Basically how it works is you shoot a purple liquid substance that is like acid, and all of the zombies disintegrate. Now this was patched, but before it was actually patched in the game, when the map first came out, you could shoot one shot on round 30 in like the Buddha room, and it would kill all of the zombies on the map. It was insanely good, and it has 10 shots per clip and then 40 in reserve. It's one of the better wonder weapons, and I'm actually really surprised that it didn't go higher on the list, but that's why the Flipfire got the number 9 spot in this week's top 10. And coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be the Wavegun slash the dual wield zap guns. This is one of the coolest weapons from the map Moon, and I think that it is so unique because you basically have akimbo weapons that zap zombies that are really strong, and then if you combine them together, it creates the Wavegun. A lot of people thought that this was how the Raygun Mark 3 was going to be, but it turned out not to be this way. But I think that this weapon is very cool. When it's the Wavegun form and you shoot a horde of zombies, they expand inside their clothes and basically pop, and then it makes a really cool ding sound, which is so satisfying. It's by far one of the coolest weapons, and the really cool thing about this is the console codename for this gun is called the microwave gun, which is so awesome. One of Samantha's quotes on Moon is, "Do you smell the rotting flesh cook?" which is crazy when she's using the weapon. So the Wavegun got the number 8 spot. And coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be the Raygun Mark 2. Jimmy Zielinski said this about the Raygun: We are going to bring the fans the Raygun Mark II. This is an evolution of the fan favorite, the Raygun. It is a true laser gun. It's going to go through entire trains of zombies. And that is definitely true about this. One burst from the Raygun Mark III, if shot at the head, is going to kill zombies until round 70. This is by far one of the coolest weapons, and it shoots bursts of raygun shots. Now, it came out when Buried came out, but then it was featured on every single map in Black Ops 2, and it's really good on Origins. I think that it's by far one of the best things to take Panzers out with, and that's why the Boomhild is so good as well, because it's basically like a ray gun. And I think that this gun is just so cool. It was very unique, and I would have loved to see this come back into Black Ops 3. I hope that if they ever do bring out a DLC 5, that this gun will make a return, because it was excellent at taking out zombies, and it was always very reliable. So that's why the Raygun Mark II got the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be a wonder weapon that was made by Richtofen. It is the Wonder WaW DG2. It made its first appearance on Shinonuma in Map Pack 2 for Call of Duty World at War, and then it returned on Reese, which was DLC 3 for World at War. Now, the really cool thing about this weapon is what it does. It shoots an electrical charge at a zombie, and all the other zombies in that close vicinity are going to chain to it. It can kill a maximum of 10 zombies with one shot. Now, it's going to have 15 bullets in reserve ammo, and then it can have 3 bullets at one time locked and loaded to shoot. Now, another great thing about this weapon is it actually appeared on Call of the Dead. If you killed George Romero or you completed the Ensemble On-Cast Easter egg, then you would get a Wonder WaW that shot 18 bullets, which is the total that it can hold. Now, the really cool thing about this weapon is not only was it made by Richtofen, but the code name for it is called the Tesla gun, just like the Tesla ray that electrocutes zombies, but in basically a gun form. So it's definitely one of the most classic zombies weapons that we have ever seen, and it also made a return on the Giant as well. That's why you guys voted for the Wonder WaW to come in the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the Victrola Withering, or the Blundergat, or the Sweeper. Now, the Blundergat is the gun that you can get on Mob of the Dead, and you have the ability to get up to 2 of these weapons, one from the box and one for completing the Blue Skulls Easter egg that's on Mob of the Dead that you need to do for the Easter egg, or the main Easter egg. Now, the Victrola Withering is the upgraded version of the Acid Gat, and what it does is it shoots bullets that are made of acid, and it's going to attract all the zombies that are on the map to this shot, kind of like the Monkey Bomb does. Then when it explodes, it's going to absolutely decimate all the zombies with this acid, and it is by far one of the best weapons that we've ever seen in zombies. It's really good up to round 40, and then it's going to take multiple shots to kill zombies, but up till that point, you basically have the ability to get out of any corner that you get stuck in, no matter what. There's really reduced like splash damage, so you're not going to get too much splash damage, and pretty much every shot is just going to decimate zombies. It's also pretty good for taking out Brutus, as long as you shoot as many of those shots at him as possible. You can knock off his helmet in probably 1 clip, so it maybe will take up to 3 clips to kill Brutus if you shoot him directly with these bullets. The Victrola Withering is by far one of the best, and it's on my personal favorite map, Mob of the Dead, which you guys know I love and adore so much. And coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the 3179 JGB 215. This is a wonder weapon that was created by Dr. Maxis, and what it does is shoot water from the Fountain of Youth in order to shrink zombies into baby size. It's known as the Shrink Ray and the Baby Gun, and the crazy thing about this weapon is the non-upgraded version from the box is going to shrink zombies for 5 seconds. So they are going to turn into a one-hit kill. You can shoot them with the starting pistol, you can punt them halfway across the map, which is my personal favorite thing to do, and then when you upgrade this weapon, it becomes the Fractalizer, and it's going to cause the zombies to shrink for 15 seconds instead of 5, which is really cool. This is by far one of the most unique weapons that we have ever seen in zombies, and we really haven't seen anything like this since. This is my personal favorite wonder weapon just because of how unique and cool it is. So if you guys have never played Shangri-La, I definitely recommend that you guys jump on that right now and go play and use this weapon. You will have the most fun ever. I think this is by far one of the most unique and coolest coolest wonder weapons we have ever seen in zombies. So go check it out, guys. You guys voted for it though, so you probably already used it, and that's why it got the number 4 spot in the top 10 wonder weapons of all time. By the way, it's my personal favorite if I didn't say that. And coming in at the number 3 spot is the Thunder Gun. The Thunder Gun is an awesome wonder weapon that we have seen in zombies, on Kino. It also was on the Noct remake, it was on Ascension, and we also got it in Revelations. So overall, the Thunder Gun is a gun that pretty much is the most iconic wonder weapon besides probably the Raygun in zombies, just because everybody loved getting it on Kino. Sometimes I play random public matches and people just back out because they're like, oh well, didn't get the Thunder Gun, I'm out, peace. And honestly, I really think the Thunder Gun is awesome. So the Thunder Gun is a large cannon-shaped weapon that fires blasts of incredibly strong compressed air. It has no iron sights because you have to shoot it from the hip. It has 12 rounds in reserve and 2 bullets per clip. And then if you pack a punch it, it becomes the Zeus cannon and has 24 ammo in reserve and 4 bullets per clip, or 4 shots per clip. So it is definitely one of the best wonder weapons. You can clear rooms and clear walls. I love shooting it against the wall on Ascension and just seeing all the zombies bounce off the wall. It's pretty badass. Definitely one of the better weapons that we've ever seen in zombies, and that's why it got the number 3 spot in this week's countdown. And coming in at the number 2 spot is the Conserving. This gun first appeared on Shadows of Evil, and it was built by having 3 specific parts that you needed. You needed the Margwa heart, you needed Xenomatter, and you needed the Margwa tentacle. Now it is going to get one of 4 names depending on which Margwa heart you got. So it can be the Marstargwa, which means Shadow Serpent. It can be the Nar Alakwa, means Teeth Consume. It could be the Kormoroth, which means Eclipse Shadow, and the Lore Zrozer, which means flow/radiate decay. So that's pretty crazy. Obviously I don't know this by memory, I'm reading it off the CoD wiki, I'm gonna be honest. So this weapon is also on Revelations, and it has a specific name on Revelations that it's only one version, and it's called the Estula Estoth, and then when you upgrade it, it's called the Estumoth. So this weapon is definitely really good on Revelations because you can actually upgrade it, and the way to do this is by shooting 5 tablets located in the sky, and instead of having 10 total bullets, it's gonna have 15 instead. Honestly, I think the biggest thing that isn't good about this gun is it doesn't have a lot of ammo, but the black holes are absolute beasts. You can kill tons and tons of zombies. That's why it's so easy to get high rounds on Shadows of Evil, and especially on Revelations, because you can just get a huge train and shoot it, and it can kill tons and tons of zombies in one shot. And then if you have the upgraded Conserving, the black hole lasts even longer, which gives you the ability to even kill more zombies. So overall, the Conserving 100% deserved the number 2 spot. Alright guys, now it is time for the honorable mentions. The first one is going to be the Raygun. As you guys know, the Raygun was the first wonder weapon ever introduced on Noct Zombies, and it is by far one of the coolest wonder weapons that you can actually get. Now the really cool thing about the Raygun is it does kill zombies between rounds 18 to 22 in one shot. Then when it's upgraded, between rounds 22 and 25. Now there is actually a really cool Easter egg in the campaign on the mission Little Resistance, where you can jump into a couple big craters on the beach and actually get the Raygun in multiplayer, which is really cool. Now I think that this gun is kind of overlooked, but I feel like it really did shine in any of the maps that had PhD. Obviously all of Black Ops 1, also the perma perk you could get as well, and then you could get it on Origins and also Mob of the Dead Grief. I think those were the best times when the Raygun was really good. Other than that though, getting splash damage and not having PhD can be a big problem. That's why it's not really considered the best wonder weapon, but a lot of you guys actually voted for it. Alright guys, the next honorable mention is the Scavenger, and you can only get it from the mystery box on Call of the Dead. It's going to cost 950 points, but you guys already knew that. The Scavenger is a bolt-action sniper rifle that fires explosive rounds that detonate 3 seconds after you actually shoot it, and it acts kind of like a crossbow, so whatever surface you actually shoot, it's going to stick to that surface. I love shooting it at George and killing George because you get a free perk, and it's definitely really good when you use the upgraded version, the Hyena Infrared. I think that this is by far one of the most unique wonder weapons that we have seen because it's basically a sniper rifle and that's it. It feels like I'm using the intervention in zombies, only it uses explosive bullets, so you definitely want to use PhD so that you don't die from the explosive rounds. It has a huge blast radius, and I love just training zombies and George at the same time because he's pissed off that I'm already shooting at him, and then I stick it to George and all the zombies around George blow up as well, which is awesome. So it's definitely a great time to use this on Call of the Dead. I think it's so fun killing George, getting a free perk and the wonder off at the same time, so that's why the Scavenger got another honorable mention spot. Alright guys, next and the final honorable mention is going to be the Paralyzer from Buried. I thought that this one was going to be higher on the list, but it actually wasn't. But the really cool thing about the Paralyzer is not only is it a wonder weapon, but it has unlimited ammo. Once the reader reaches 115, you have to wait for it to recharge, kind of like the flamethrower did and also the jet gun from Transit. But the really cool thing about this is not only can you kill zombies and make them slow, but you can also use it for different things. You can shoot it at the ground and jump up, and it's gonna put you over into different areas. I like going from the box and spawn up to Speed Cola and buying Speed Cola. You can also use it to get over the fence to get into the witch's house, and you can do a bunch of different things. You can go over the green doors that are located in the maze as well. There's so many different things you can do with the Paralyzer, and I definitely think it's one of the most unique and cool weapons that we've ever seen in zombies, and it definitely deserved to be higher on the list. I would have liked to see it around like 7 or 8 on the list, but it only got enough votes to be an honorable mention, but it's still definitely one of the coolest we've ever seen in zombies. So that is all the honorable mentions, guys. Alright guys, the time has come for the number 1 spot, and I grouped this one into a category that got the most votes. I mean, honestly, you can't really debate this. I think that the staffs and the bows are too good to be debated. I mean, these things are absolutely beast. The staffs on Origins, all of them can be upgraded elementally, and that you have the wind, you have the lightning, you have the fire, and also the ice, which is probably the best staff when you charge up the shot. They're so good, guys. They take out panzers really quick, especially the fire one, and I think they're so good. And then also the bows, having the like wind bow, I think it's called. I don't know, people call it different things, but I think the wind bow is by far the best. It is so OP, kills panzers really quick. Also, the void bow is pretty good, and a lot of people like using the wolf bow. Noah J, where's the firebow tutorial, man? We're still waiting for this thing. But anyways, guys, they're really fun to use, both the staffs and obviously the bows. I think that they are highly regarded as the best wonder weapons. I really like what Infinite Warfare is doing, where they have wonder weapons that each player can get, and I hope they do this more in Treyarch zombie maps. I was really hoping they were going to do something like this in Revelations, or even let us use the staffs, but unfortunately we couldn't, but that's okay. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's episode of the top 10 wonder weapons. Make sure you guys comment down below which buildable item you think is the best, because that's going to be next week's episode. And I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for enjoying this series so much. If you did enjoy the video, please do me a favor and drop a like, and also comment and all that awesome stuff. And if you're brand new, subscribe to my channel as well. I post zombies content as frequently as I can, and I like to spend a lot of time, especially on these videos. Having a funny intro does take a lot of brain power to think of. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later, and peace.